this is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Cindy and I, we're here to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, so let's get to it. Now, one of my wonderful subscribers, Dano, he referred me to a 2016 YouTube video where Eric Prince was interviewed. And Eric, he is a former U.S. Navy SEAL officer and Trump campaign advisor, and he gave this 2016 interview to talk about Hillary's emails and why Comey reopened the investigation. Well, it was because of the Weiner laptop. Now, the New York Police Department started investigating it, and they found 650,000 emails, including State Department emails, incriminating information on money laundering, and including the fact that Hillary went to Epstein Island at least 6 times, and Bill was there more than 20 times. Now, they found disgusting criminal activity by Hillary, her immediate circle, and Democrat Congress members. Now, the New York Police Department decided to turn the laptop over to the FBI. Can you believe that? And you know who they turned it over to. None other than Jim Comey. What a mistake that was. But see, they didn't think they were making a mistake because they told the New York Police Department told them that they would go public with the information if they didn't reopen the investigation into Hillary. Now, Eric, he says he had a source in the police department that wanted to do a press conference announcing the warrants and the additional arrests that they were making in this investigation. Oh, wow. Wouldn't it have been wonderful if that would have happened? Well, they got huge pushback from the Obama Department of Justice. Imagine that. Now remember, this was right before the 2016 presidential election when everybody thought Hillary was going to win. And Eric, well, he says that Weiner and his wife at the time, Huma Abedin, flipped and they were cooperating with the police, which is interesting. Because, of course, Huma, she never did any jail time, but Weiner went to jail, yet he got less time in his sentence than Roger Stone. Weiner got 21 months and Stone got 40 months. Anyway, the New York Police Department turned the laptop over to Comey, but they kept a copy, and Comey reopened the investigation knowing good and well that he would soon close it because he had to protect Hillary. Now, Eric says that the New York Police Department will pursue justice if the FBI doesn't. Well, guys, it's been 3 years and nothing's happened, but remember last year where those 10 New York City police officers committed suicide? That was so sad, y'all. So we've seen these brave officers try to get this information out, and they were all stopped. Now, Eric, he goes on to say how the laptop shows crimes of money laundering, underage sex, pay for play, and plenty of proof of inappropriate handling of classified information. Yet Weiner, he only went to jail for sexting with a minor. Now, one of the police chiefs who saw the contents of the laptop, well, he said as a father with daughters, he could not let that level of evil continue. But we don't know what happened with him. Now, at the time, Preet Bharara was a New York prosecutor. He was one of the nation's most aggressive and outspoken prosecutors of public corruption and Wall Street crime. He also conducted investigations into Democrat and Republican officials, and Eric Prince said that Preet had gotten a hold of some of the Weiner-Hillary information, and Eric was really hoping he would go after Hillary. So I looked up Preet Bharara, and according to Wikipedia, which sometimes lies, but Wikipedia said that on March 11th, 2017, Bharara was fired after he refused to follow Attorney General Jeff Sessions' request for all remaining 46 U.S. attorneys appointed during Obama's presidency to resign. Now, just as a side note on Jeff Sessions, of course, he's trying to win his old Alabama Senate seat back, and he will be in a runoff against Auburn football coach Tommy Tuberville. Now, President Trump slammed Sessions in a tweet Wednesday morning that could cause Sessions to lose the seat to the coach. So, is Sessions really a black hat? Well, you'll have to decide that. Anyway, back to the interview. Now, Eric says that Obama's DOJ did not want the truth to come out. Well, that's pretty obvious. At the time, they wanted Hillary to win the presidency to prevent any justice from being done and hoping all this would go away. Well, Eric said the evidence and the email content was so bad that Mayor de Blasio wanted to stay away from it. Well, we now know that de Blasio is bad, so of course he was going to stay away from it. Eric describes this more than once as great evil. Eric said you don't have to make any judgments, just release the emails. But of course, that didn't happen. Now, Eric went on to say that there is forensic evidence proving the emails haven't been fabricated because the left, well, they would claim they've been fabricated. This information came right off of the hard drive owned by Weiner and Huma Abedin, Hillary's closest advisor for the last 20 years. And Weiner, well, he didn't have security clearance, and many of the emails were classified. Now, remember, Weiner, who was a Democrat congressman from New York, was originally sentenced in November of 2017 to 21 months in prison for sexting with a minor. Now, he served 15 months, then was put in a halfway house in February of 2019, and by May 14th, 2019, well, his sentence was over and he's a free man today. But don't think that all of this has gone away. There are people still investigating Hillary, but guys, they have to keep it quiet or you know what happens. So, she will not get away with all these terrible crimes that she has committed. She will one day go to jail. I'm going to leave a link to this interview, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the Bible verse now because it kind of goes along with what we were just talking about. Proverbs 21:15 says, "When justice is done, it is a joy to the righteous, but a terror to evildoers." Now, moving on, the Washington Examiner, they're reporting that the Senate Intelligence Committee are very concerned about the Justice Department review of the Russia investigation, according to former U.S. Attorney Joe DeGeneva. Now, Joe says that Richard Burr of North Carolina and Mark Warner of Virginia appear to be under scrutiny by John Durham's team. Do you think that's why Richard Burr is retiring soon? Well, y'all know he's not a good guy in my opinion, and I'm just glad that Durham's looking into him. Anyway, Joe says that Burr and Warren are very concerned since Durham is looking into their actions and looking into journalists in the run-up to the leaking of the Carter Page affidavit. Now, I've been telling you all along that some in the media will be going to jail, so this is very interesting. Now, the article goes on to say that Republican allies of the president hope that John Durham will sniff out the dirty cops who were trying to undermine Trump's candidacy and presidency. And why don't we just call it what it really is, a coup? And I'll leave a link. The Sun, they just put out a story on Jeffrey Epstein, and to me it's just more evidence that Jeffrey did not kill himself. Apparently, the last phone call that Epstein made was to a woman named Karina Shalik, and I probably said that wrong. Anyway, she's a 30-something dentist that was supposedly Epstein's girlfriend for the past 4 or 5 years. This woman believed that Epstein loved her, and she was devastated when she heard of his death, and said that she was not under the impression that Epstein was suicidal when she talked to him the night before he died. This reflects the statements made by Epstein's lawyer, Reed Weingarten, who told a Manhattan court his legal team did not see a despairing, despondent, suicidal person. Now, last month, a top pathologist claimed there is evidence that the shamed pedo Epstein was probably murdered and did not hang himself. And I'll leave a link. And if you go to that link and scroll down, there is a video underneath that article, and the video is of attorney Lisa Bloom saying her sixth client against Jeffrey Epstein saw Prince Andrew with Virginia Roberts. Now, Prince Andrew claimed in an interview he didn't know Virginia Roberts, but Lisa Bloom's client said she was out dancing at a nightclub and accidentally stepped on a man's foot. She apologized, and the man said, "Oh, that's okay." Then the man she was dancing with said to her, "Do you know you just stepped on the foot of a member of the royal family? That's Prince Andrew." So she thought to herself, "Oh, I'm in the presence of royalty." So it was a big moment for her and very memorable. So she just stared at Prince Andrew, and then she started staring at the woman who he was with. And lo and behold, it was Virginia Roberts. So this woman has come forward. You know, these bad people, they just lie. They just think they can get away with all kinds of evil deeds. So good for this woman for stepping up and telling the truth, and I will leave a link. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share my content. It's free. And until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.